question. Where's Frank today? In a house or under a log?
If only those rhymed.
Right?
Is he in a house with a mouse? Or in a log with a frog?
What am I guessing?
He's under the log.
Oh.
They already know.
I know. But maybe, maybe he'll surprise us.
Maybe he won't. Frank's a little bit predictable.
Hi,
Surprise!
bud. So this is Frank. He is a possum.
That doesn't hurt him, guys.
So the reason I can grab him by this tail, it is a prehensile tail you'll see in cartoons and movies where they hang and sleep from it. So they can't really sleep from it, but they can hang from it. It's that fit dependent so they can catch a balance. Hi, buddy. Okay.
Oh, just hold right there.
See his toes?
Yeah, his perfect shot of his opposable thumb. Sorry, you gotta get one screen and then the other guys.
So these guys have opposable thumbs on their back feet, and that actually helps them climb as well. They get a bad rap. A lot of people think they're rodents, but they are not rodents. They're not in that rodent family. Hi, buddy. I haven't held you like this in a long time. Did you know they have the most teeth of any mammal? 50 sharp little teeth. There's no molars in this mouth. But you know what I also learned? Their bite force, PSI, it's only like 4 to 6.
Nuh-uh. Really? No wonder they have to eat through a shrimp. Poor thing.
But I feel like I need to look more into that because Thor has almost taken my finger a couple times with a grape.
No, so sorry, you gotta debunk this right now. They carry diseases.
Oh, so many. No, they don't. Like any animal, the disease is going to be found in their poop, so just don't go rolling in possum poop and you'll be fine. It's actually almost impossible for you to get rabies from these guys because their body temperature is too low to host that virus. There's only about a handful of reported cases yearly of these guys hosting rabies. Huh.
Why is that?
Their body temperature is too low.
And why else? Or why can they be bit by snakes?
I would go there first, but I'm like, why else? What do you mean? So their blood is actually pretty amazing as well. They have a special enzyme that makes them immune to rattlesnake venom. So we've actually stopped milking rattlesnakes we're still milking rattlesnakes for our anti-venom right now, but they're also looking into that enzyme so we can quit milking rattlesnakes for our anti-venom because they are just super fantastic. So the whole thing about playing possum's only partly true. They just get so scared that they pass out. Yes, this cute little boy will pass out and he'll look dead and he can stay that way up to 4 hours. Huh. Yeah, you're cute.
Do you want to know how they did the study about ticks?
It is not an appropriate study to get a accurate reading, but since it is the only study they have, these guys are actually really good at tick control. If you have a garden, they're amazing. They'll take care of all your slugs for you. But just like that skunk over there, they're your janitors. They eat all the dead, decaying meat, which keeps disease down. They only live up to about a year, maybe a year and a half in the wild. In captivity, lucky facilities have got theirs up to 5 years old. Our oldest was 3.5, almost 4. They don't know why. Just like with canines. They have the ability to stay alive longer than that. They just don't.
Yeah, they are a scientific wonder of why.
When Frank passed, my Frank number 1, those who know me know I love Parks and Rec, and so I'll always have a possum named Frank. When he passed, I actually let him sit in the enclosure all day long because I didn't want to mistake it for him playing possum.
She did, and
then I was just paranoid forever when he was in the freezer before we can take him to get cremated, because I'm like, what if I froze him and he was alive? It's just little nightmares that you have. I was like so afraid that I was going to open the freezer and see scratch marks.
So just so you know, when they play possum, they don't stop their heart.
They don't, but I didn't have a stethoscope.
He was gone.
I know.
He was gone.
I know he was gone, but it's always in the back of my mind. It will always be there.
The reason it's so hard is because possums, when they do play dead, it actually does, it almost it's almost like they went to rigor mortis.
They do go into rigor mortis.
So it's they get stiff and stuff, so it is hard to tell. But Frank was soft, and then he went to rigor mortis, so it was definitely had passed. So he had a good life, though.
He did. He ate a lot of shrimp and cheese and shrimp.
And we have a video of him where he's sleeping and Holly's playing with his tongue and he's knocked out cold. And she's like, she thought he was dead that day until she saw his little body breathing.
He was so cute, such a sound sleeper. Yeah. But these guys are pretty important. So if you do see a possum dead on the side of the road, please check pouches, get them to those re-release facilities, because they don't live very long. Moms can have up to 20 babies at one time. What's really cool is those babies are actually the size of rice. And once they're born, they'll actually crawl on their mom all the way to the pouch. Most of them don't make it, which is why the normal, what you'll find inside a pouch is about 6 to 8. But mom does have 13 nipples in that pouch. The reason why they crawl into a pouch, though, can you guys tell me why?
There is a huge delay on this. You know that, right?
Is there? He licked his lips. I thought
about 30-second delay. No, he's doing really well.
So I won't do the question. So these guys are the only marsupials here in the United States, which means they're in the same family as kangaroos and wombats and all those guys, except their possums look way different than ours.
Way different. There's several different subspecies of possums.
You're cute, but you're that ugly kind of cute. Whereas, why are you drooling so much?
Wait till he gets nervous.
I know.
What do they do when they get nervous, Holly?
So they will...
Now he's in his box.
Run into his house. So when they get super nervous, they'll actually...
They'll poo green.
I didn't want to say it so vulgarly, poop green.
It's like a scared...
stinky, like, substance.
Yeah, it's like a defense mechanism, essentially. Like, it smells so bad.
Mm-hmm. So the reason we do have Frank and he couldn't be re-released out into the wild is his mom was actually crushed by an excavator, and he was crushed along with it, so he has some neurological issues. So he came here because we can't do that re-release program, so he's going to live out his life here, and he's been here for about 1.5 years.